What's up? I'm Dan Random, and today we're going to set up a 15-foot Intex swimming pool. So I already opened the box, and we have the instructions out here. So this is everything that came in the box. We have the pool itself, we have the filter over here, we have a cover. I'm not sure what this tarp is. We have instructions, some plastic pieces, ladder, and they say this takes 15 minutes to set up. So the tarp thing was to lay on the ground before you put the pool down. And our old circle from last year, we had another pool that we had up for 2 years. I mean, we took it down each year, but it's seen better days at this point. And so we got to the edge of our old circle, and we're just going to cut what we don't like. Maybe leave some to walk on. I don't know. We'll probably just cut the whole thing in a circle once the pool is full and everything's all ready. Okay, so we rolled the pool out and stretched it out a little bit, but we will need to do a lot more. We need to get it exactly into place where we want it, which is not the easiest thing to do. Sometimes starting to fill it up with a little bit of water can help, but you have to make sure it doesn't get too heavy. So we're going to work on stretching this out. Oh, and also leaving it in the sun helps the plastic move a little bit easier. So this will warm up a little bit in the sun, even though it's half in the shade. It's getting late in the evening, so that's why we don't have much sun left. So we had to get this thing turned to where the filter holes are going to be. There's what is it, 1 intake and 2 exits, I think it is. This takes a bit to roll out to get to the air ring here. And we got to get to the air ring nozzle to fill it up with air. And I mean, if you don't have an air compressor, it's going to take a while to blow up with your mouth. And I would think that would take 15 minutes alone. We'll see how long it takes with this compressor once we find where the hole is, or the air nozzle. Oh, here it is. So I just got to put my little air chuck thingy in this hole and start filling it up. So this has been going on for several minutes. I didn't look at the time exactly. And I think this would take at least half an hour to set up. I mean, if you don't have a compressor, I mean, I have I forget what size compressor it is, like 20 gallon or 30, I forget. But I mean, I couldn't imagine blowing this thing up. So we got the pool stretched out pretty well. The top ring here is filled with air. You don't want to have it really full with air later on, but in the beginning it's fine. But when the sun is out, it actually expands really tight, so you don't want it to, you know, stretch too much. So we're going to move this hose around a little bit and start filling up different sections and make sure that it's really flat and pulled out the way we want it as the water is filling it up. And we got to watch out for the hose jumping. So this is the ladder box all dumped out on the ground. Doesn't look too hard to assemble. And then I'll have to get the filter out here. Here's the filter in all of its glory. So the ladder goes something like this. These here are the feet. And then these things here just clip on, and you want the open side to be facing towards the outside. Like, see how this is the outside of the foot. Other outside. You can just pop this on like this, get it into place, and then you slide these down over them. And then you gotta really jam it with some force then to get it all the way locked into place. And you gotta do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times on each side, and then we have to connect the 2 sides. Also, I should mention that each of these feet have an A and a B side here, and also the legs are marked A and B. The arrows on these pieces face up. I got the 2 halves of the ladder put together here. And I opened up the one bag of hardware, and I realized that it's getting kind of late. Sun's going down, so we're gonna let it fill up for a little while more. But yeah, I'm just gonna put all this stuff in this little bag. This was kind of like a cap that separated the pool from all the other stuff in the box. That's about how much trash you should expect to have to throw out and recycle. So I'm gonna pick up tomorrow, and you have to wait till this gets up close to the filter level to get to the filter holes to these lines here to assemble all this anyway. So yeah, this took a lot longer than 15 minutes. I'll have to put up on the screen how long I'm at right now. So even though I quit for the night, I just wanted to show how far along the water is. It's been an hour and a half since we first started unboxing, and this is where we're at. So, I mean, 15 minutes, yeah, right. I don't know how many people they think that you're gonna have with you, but... So, we let the pool fill up for an entire day. So, now I'm getting ready to finish putting the ladder together. So... here's the bagged hardware. Here's the hardware I already unbagged. I'm going to use this to attach the two ladder halves together. And then you need the other ones to attach these two things here. So I'm going to do that real quick off camera. I just noticed that the two bags of hardware are different. You need the longer screws for this thing here so that there's the extra, you know, this takes up more room here. So the longer ones I have to switch out now and put the shorter ones down here. So I got this all together now. I still have to tighten these with a screwdriver. Make sure you have these warning signs facing out. And then it's time to move on to the filter. Another nice feature is that this here has a timer on it. And each of these numbers are by hour, so it's set on 10 hours. Oops. And you can test this. It shuts it off. Hit reset. I can hear it turn back on. So everything's all together now, and we even have a solar cover on top. Not the cover that comes with it, but we put the cover on that comes with it overnight to keep the heat in. This solar cover probably just transfers heat better from the sun to the water. But when it comes to putting together this filter, I just wanted to show these pieces in the instructions here. So I just want to kind of show here with this diagram that they included in the instructions. So these looking pieces here, they go on the inside and they go through the little black holes and protrude out, and then you put these plastic hoses over top of that and then the clamps over top of that, and that sort of sandwiches the black part between the part that you shoved through and this. And you have to do that 3 times. Now these two are the intakes, so they have strainers on the other side which you just spin on, and this one has like a round open hole for water to come out. And then there's this little thing which has a prop to stand up so it doesn't sag, and this thing here adds air to the water coming out here. I'm not really sure what the benefit of that is. It said something like ionization technology or something. So if you're wondering why all these air bubbles come out, it's because of this thing, which I guess you don't have to use if you don't want to. You could just take this piece out and put the hose on over here, just like these pieces, just how these go together over here. So in here, there's a filter which needs to be changed or checked every once in a while. These plugs also came with the pull, so what these are for are to block off these holes here when you're cleaning, changing, or just inspecting the filter. So what you want to do is you want to turn the filter off, then reach in the pull down by where this thing is and unscrew the strainer. And so this piece goes over a little spot that sticks up like this. So once you put it down in there, you can kind of feel it and push it on there securely. And once you have all 3, well, there's 2 strainers and then one sort of donut thing, You take all 3 of them off and you plug all 3 holes, and once all 3 holes are unplugged, you then turn this to release the pressure, and then you unscrew the cap to remove the lid, which I'm not going to do right now because tons of water comes gushing out, because I'm not going to block everything off because everything's brand new. Now this took us, I don't know, maybe close to 3 hours. We actually did this over 3 days. First day was unboxing, second day was filling up with water, third day was putting together the final pieces here.